We are live and on the air on the show as we bring you a new week of baseball here on MLB Network. Tonight we start the final 6 games between these two ball clubs, the Amarillo Sod Poodles and the San Antonio Missions. Live baseball coming up right after this. Nick Ramirez, a left-hander from California, getting the call here. As you can see, ERA at 5.91, staying in 10 and 2 innings. Struck out 11 so far during this 2021 year. And we are about ready to go. Here is the shortstop, Camden Duzenak. And we are ready for Tuesday night baseball here on MLB Network. Well, let's play ball, and the first pitch by Ramirez, and we are underway as the cutter is outside for the ball, and the count now 1-0. Ramirez from his home of Anaheim Hills, California. He was the 4th round pick in 2011 for the Milwaukee Brewers. Went to college in Cal State Fullerton and debuted in Amarillo 5/11 of 2019. That's right there. Ruta going after it, and he's got it right there out in foul grounds. And for the first out, he chases that one down. Well, the chance now to give you starting lineups here tonight for the Amarillo Sod Poodles. So far, everybody is coming in, and there it is. It is on there here tonight. Corbin Carroll, the left fielder, strides in with 1 away and nobody on bases. So far, go ahead, give you your ball clubs tonight. Frisco at Midland. Amarillo at San Antonio. Cutter inside for the cold strike, and the count now 0-1. Corpus Christi at Northwest Arkansas. Springfield at Tulsa. And Wichita at Arkansas. Now the 0-1. And whoa, look at that. He swung on and missed like he's chasing something. Like going underwater and swinging that bat underwater. Then count now 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes. Ramirez pitch here, and that's going to be right there to the hot corner third baseman, right to first, and he gets him down for the second out of the inning. Here is Blaze Alexandra, the hot corner third baseman. He strides in. 2 away, nobody on. And that's a cutter inside for the cold strike, and the count 0-1. Well, I did not forget to mention that today is the last day of August. And so far, the last 6-game meetup between these two ball clubs of the year. That's right there to first base. Left on base. On now to the bottom of the first, and we have no score. Bryce Jarvis, a right-hander from Kentucky, getting the call here. 6'2", 195 pounds, age 23. He'll get the starting assignment for Amarillo on the mound. Aggie Rosario, first to step in here in the bottom of the first inning. And about ready to go. Beautiful evening, 55 degrees here tonight, and first pitch. And the count now 0-1. So far, Jarvis at an ERA of 3.82 of the year. Jarvis from his home in Lexington, Kentucky. He was the first overall pick in 2020 by the Arizona Diamondbacks. He went to Duke College. And he's got a pretty good relationship with his son of Kevin Jarvis. Born on December 26, 1997. And gotta say, doing pretty well. Got a pretty good background right there. And so far, so good for this guy on the mound for Amarillo. That's going to be a swing and a miss. And the count now is 3 balls and 2 strikes. And that is strike 3 right there. And that will do for the first out of the inning. That'll bring in the hot corner third baseman, Esturi Ruiz. And that's going to be a 4-seam fastball. That will be down for the ball and no strikes. And that's going to be right there. Back up the middle for the base hit. And he tries to get it into second, but he drops it right there.
Batting third, the left fielder, Ben.
And that'll bring up the left fielder, Ben Ruta. Ruta coming in. Now the pitch to him. And that's down low, the changeup, and the count now is 1 ball and no strikes. Here's a pitch that is outside for the ball. The count now is 2-0. Runner at first, 1 away, bottom of 1. No score to this point. And that one's in there for the code strike, and the count now 2 balls, 1 strike on the changeup. Looking in is Jarvis. And now the pitch to him. And that's too high. 4-seam fastball. The count now 3-1. On deck is C.J. Abrams. He strides in. On the on-deck circle. That's too high for the ball. And ball 4 is issued. And Ruta will go to first. And that means a runner is in scoring position, I should say. Do apologize. Shortstop C.J. Abrams. 1 hit, 1 walk in this half inning. 1 away, no score. And right there, the slider. And that one is been changed up. And now he's in the count, 0-1. Here's the 0-1, and again, he fouls that one off. So the count now is 0-2. And a slider, that is outside for the ball. And the count now, 1 ball and 2 strikes. And that's right there. And will that get down? Yes, it will. It will get down. Here comes a run in to score. And on the play, second and third.
Batting fifth, the catcher.
And the Missions will pull out in front by 1-0. That will bring in Winston Sawyer, the Missions catcher. Now the pitch in, and that's going to be a 4-seam fastball down at his knees. And the count now 0-1. Happy Tuesday night, last day of August. For everybody that knows that it's the last day of August, and so far, our last 6-game series meetup of the year between Amarillo and San Antonio. So 1 ball, 1 strike. Second and third. 1 away, bottom of 1, 1-0 our score here in this half inning. 2 balls, 1 strike, and that's down low for a count now, 3 balls and 1 strike. So far, if this one is issued a walk, it'll be bases loaded with still 1 away in the inning. There's a pitch, that's outside, ball 4, and bases are now loaded. And Jarvis has walked 2 in this inning alone.
Number 33.
That will bring in Tyler Malone, the first baseman. Looking to crack this one here and give him a grand slam. And that means you get free lunch on us. If that grand slam ever comes in, that's a 4-seam fastball. And the count now is 1-0. 14 balls, 9 strikes. Total in that one is 23. Bases loaded. 1 away, bottom of 1. Here's the pitch. And that is ball 2. He misses again. And the count now is 2-0. So far, 2 more balls would put a run in, and it'll be a 2-0 game. Now here's the 2. Whoa, that is inside. And we got a injury. Following the last play, Bryce Jarvis was not moving well and complained of leg pain. The trainer is now out to look and thinks it's best that Jarvis is not to go on. He will need to be removed, and depending on treatment, might be out for a few days.
Your attention, please.
JB Bukauskas coming in as he will cover for the injured teammate on the mound for Amarillo. So far, that is pretty bad when you look at it. 6'0" and 208 pounds, age 23 right-hander coming in, and that's going to be a 4-seam fastball, and the count now is 2-2. Well, Bukauskas now in a bases-loaded jam, and that's going to be up the middle. That's going to get in for the base hit. 1 run scores, 2 runs coming in to score, and that's going to be right there as the Bags will be first and third. 2 runs in to score on that play. That will bring in the right fielder, Joshua Mears. So what a way to get that one going. Mears now approaching the plate. 3-0 our score, bottom of 1. So if you're listening to us on the radio, make sure that you do, because we're down to our last 2 homestands of the year. We're playing Amarillo for 6. We're on the road next week to Frisco for a 6-game set. And then come home and play 6 more against the Corpus Christi Hooks. And after that, it'll be the end of the season. 0-1 to pitch. And that's right there. Right to second. And right to first. And that will do for this half inning. 3 runs, 3 hits, no errors, 2 left. On now to the top of the second. San Antonio leads it 3-0. Leading off the top half of the second for Amarillo is the catcher, Dominic Maragalo. Maragalo coming in to start inning number 2. Ramirez ready to go. The pitch in, and that's going to be a cutter inside the zone. And the count now 0-1. So far, let's give shout-outs. Got fans from Amarillo. They are in town, and they do not wait for the homestand, even though gone for 6 games. And now the count now is 0-2. After the 6 games, Amarillo will go home. They will play the Tulsa Drillers. Gotta say, that's pretty nice. And then to finish off the season, they will play the Frisco Rough Riders. And the 0-2, that's right there to shortstop C.J. Abrams. And right to first, beautiful play for the out. One away. Time now for the defensive alignments for the home side. And gotta say, C.J. Abrams been great all season long, and gotta say, he's got the best hands out there. He is also a high thrower jumper. So far, he can high throw and nail his man out at first. Now here is the pitch, and that's going to be right to first, and he takes it for the second out of the inning.
Batting six.
Stone Garrett, the right fielder, will come in.
Garrett.
2 away, and this could be another 1-2-3 inning for Amarillo. The pitch, and that's going to be a cutter inside for the cold strike. And the count now is 0-1. Looking in is Ramirez. Now the 0-1. And a cutter outside for the ball, and that'll even things up at 1-1. So far, I gotta say, I cannot wait for 2022. But we are on the road to start the year at Corpus Christi for 3 games. And that's going to be a cutter, swing and a miss. The count now, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Missions open a 6-game homestand beginning on Tuesday night, April 12th, as they play host the Frisco Rough Riders. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And right there, swing and a miss, get him down. And with that, the side is retired. So, no runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on. On now to the bottom of inning number 2. And the Missions lead it 3-0. Robert Hassel, the center fielder, will strive to do the bottom half of the second inning. So far, keep up the momentum and hope everything is going good. Four-seam fastball, and the count now is 0-1. Tonight, Bryce Jarvis was removed out of the game due to an injury, and so far our thoughts and prayers go to him here tonight. He's been escorted off the field by the Amarillo manager and the trainer coming out. So far, he will be out for a few days, maybe 6 to 7. Who really knows? But let's pray that he will get better. 2 balls, 2 strikes. So 2-2 the count. Bottom of 2, 3-0 our score. Now, if you're listening to us on the radio, right there, 3 balls, 2 strikes, and on deck is the pitcher, Nick Ramirez. Three balls, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch from Bukauskas. Right there, the slider. And that is ball 4. And he loses him on 6 pitches. That'll bring in the starter pitcher, Nick Ramirez. Battle of pitchers here tonight. Runner at first, nobody out after this 6 at-bat that he had. And that's going to be a four-seam fastball, but that will miss outside for the ball, and the count 1-0. So far, good home crowd here tonight. Make sure you guys come while there is still baseball left. So far, we are down after this homestand to 2 weeks. We have 6 games at Frisco and 6 games here at home against Corpus Christi. 1 ball, 1 strike. And the pitch here, and that's going to be right there. That's going to get a fair ball. And that's going to put runners at second and third, and Boy, howdy, there's something really cooking for the missions.
The second baseman, Aggie.
That'll bring in now Aggie Rosario. Rosario coming in. And he's got golden opportunity to put some more runs on the board here in this half inning. Now the pitch, and that's going to be lifted right there, right to first base. And no infield fly rule in effect, and one away.
Now batting.
Time now to give you defensive alignments for the visitors here tonight. And you're talking about the starter pitcher, JBaker, tonight taking the place of injured Bryce Jarvis on the mound for Amarillo. So far tonight, he will be covering the injured teammate. And like I said, thoughts and prayers to Bryce here tonight. Four-seam fastball, the count now, 0-1 to Echery Ruiz, the hot corner third baseman. 1-for-1 by the single and the run. Second and third, one away. And that's right there. And that is right to shortstop, right to first. But meanwhile, the run in to score. And San Antonio will tack on another one here in this half inning. The left fielder is Ben Ruta, as he got a free walk back in the first inning. And now the pitch in, and that's going to be a four-seam fastball. And the count now 0-1. Here's the pitch, and right there, the four-seam fastball. And the count now is 0-2. One run, one hit in this half inning. And strike three call, get him down. And with that, the side is retired. So one run, one hit, no errors. And two left. Top of three coming up. And the Missions lead it 4-0. Andy Yerzy, the first baseman, will try to do the top half of the third inning for Amarillo. So far, the Sod Poodles trail by 4 runs. Now the pitch by Ramirez, and that's going to be a cutter inside for the cold strike, and the count 0-1. So far, I want to remind our viewers that tomorrow we'll have our doubleheader. First pitch at 4 o'clock. Here's the 0-1. And that's going to be right there to third. What a play. And he's got him. And one away. What a play by Echery. And you got to look at this play again. That was phenomenal by Echery Ruiz. And right to first to Tyler Malone. And Ruiz, 124.3 feet in throwing distance. And throwed 84.5 miles an hour to get his runner out at first. And he's going to get a lot of high fives on that play. That hot corner third baseman knows what he's doing. That's going to be right there out in right field. Center fielder Hassel has it, and he's got it for 2 down. So they're all going to get some high fives after this half inning. JBaker coming in. Starter pitcher. 2 away, nobody on. The pitch, and that's going to be lifted high fly in the air. Ruta under this one, and makes the play. And with that, the side is retired. No runs, no hits, no errors, and no one on base. Bottom of inning number 3 coming up, and it's a 4-0 score. The shortstop, C.J. Abrams, 1-for-1, a double, an RBI, and a run coming in. So far, the Missions have this game in their favor by just the 4 runs only. And that's going to be a four-seam fastball outside. And the count now 1-1. I mean, to correct myself, the home plate umpire is saying it's 1 ball, no strikes. pull your legs right there, and I've been doing that for most of the season. 2 balls, no strikes. Now, you know I just kid around with you guys, and so far it's pretty funny. A slider inside for the count now. 2 balls and 1 strike. So far, go ahead and give you some stats on JBakerVlogs. 3 balls, 1 strike. Here's a 3-1, and that's inside for the code strike. So full count now at 3 balls, 2 strikes. And ball 4. And he takes the base. And uh-oh, time is going to be called here. Is now the manager looking at his pitcher. And that pitcher is just mad. He's like, oh man, why did I do that for? Winston Sawyer, the catcher, gets a walk in the first inning, and so far he is pretty good. And now the pitch, and that's a changeup inside for the code strike, and the count 0-1. Runner at first, potential 5th so far in this one. And that's going to be a slider outside for the ball, and the count 1-1. JBakerVlogs, born from Ashburn, Virginia. Born on October 10th. Or should I say, born on the 11th of October, 1996. And was the first draft pick by the Houston Astros back in 2017. Right there, first out of the inning on the strikeout to JBakerVlogs.
The batter, number 33.
So far, his college he went to was North Carolina. Debuted his first ever game on April 20th, 2021. And that is right there. Did he hold up? Nope, he did not successfully hold up. So the count now 0-1 to Tyler Malone. 1 for 1, single and 2 RBIs. So first round pick in 2017. Bukauskas was in the Houston Astros farm system. And then he was traded to the Arizona Diamondbacks. 1 ball, 1 strike. And right there, and he's back in standing. One ball, 1 strike. And that's down low, the changeup. And the count now 2-1. 2-1. That's inside for the code strike. So the count now is 2-2. Now, 33 pitches for Bukauskas here tonight for the relief pitcher for Amarillo. And right there, out of play. So still holding on at 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And the pitch, and whoa, look out. Running hard, and he's in there. As that wild pitch will move the runner from first to second. And big mistake now as the 5th potential runner now in the wings in scoring position. So 3 balls, 2 strikes. Here's the 3-2. And swing and the miss. The changeup gets him down. And Malone goes down as out number 2. Joshua Mears, the right fielder, grounded out in the first. He is 0 for 1. Runner in second base. 4-0, bottom of 3 here tonight on this Tuesday. And that's going to be a four-seam fastball, and the count now 0-1. So far, that double play that we seen earlier back in the first inning was pretty phenomenal, and everybody will get coupons for 2 free tacos courtesy of Taco Bell and your San Antonio missions. 0-2, and that's going to be right there, right to first. First baseman takes it himself without any help of the pitcher. With that, the side is retired. So no runs, and no hits, no errors, and no one left on. So we go to the top of inning number 4, and the Missions lead it 4-0. Camden Duzenak, the shortstop, coming in here to stop the top. I can't even talk this evening. To start the top half of the 4th inning. Fly out in the first inning is 0-1. Now, you may think I am tired from last week, but, yep, there is the time where you come in, you come to work, you be the sports announcer that you are, and so far, that's what it is. Camden Duzenak, the guy coming in. And now here is the 0-1. And that's going to be right there, line drive, and that's going to be trouble, as that will be Amarillo's first hit of the ball game, and right to second, and he's in there with a no-out double.
Now batting, left fielder, Corbin Carroll.
That'll bring in the left fielder, Corbin Carroll. Carroll coming in, and he's ready to go. Here's the pitch. That's going to be a cutter outside for the ball, and the count 1-0. Carroll grounded out back in the first, 0-1. Now the 1-0. Swing and a miss, the curveball. Knuckle curve. Well, should I say knuckle curve? But anyway, it was a knuckle curve. So the count now 1-1. 1-1 right there. Sinker. That one gets fouled off. So the count 1 ball, 2 strikes. Ramirez looking in. And now here's the knockout pitch. Right there. That's going to be lined up the middle for the base hit. And right there, he's in to score. And Amarillo on the play gets a run. And still nobody is out. That'll bring in Blaze Alexandra, the hot corner third baseman. As he strides in, looking for another Taco Bell double play, and that's going to be in there for the cold strike. The count now 0-1. Alexandra, last time up, popped out back in the first inning. And he is 0-1. The 0-1. And that's in there for a cold strike, and the count 0-2. Sun beginning to set on this Tuesday night. And the 0-2. That is right there, out of play. One more time, 0-2. Right there, swing the miss. And Blaze Alexandra goes down, first out of the inning.
Now batting, catcher, Dom Mirolio.
That'll bring in Dom Miragalo as he strides in. One away, one on. Here's the pitch. And that's cutter inside for the cold strike, and the count 0-1. Miragalo grounded out in the second inning, 0-1. Looking for the Taco Bell double play that will end the inning. And now the 0-1. Right there, down low, changeup, and the count 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes. Right there, pop foul behind home plate. And still holding on at no balls and 2 strikes. 0-2 right there. That one is out of play. And the count now still remains at 0-2. Oh, 2, and swing the miss. Get him down. And that one was low near the dirt as he gets his man out for 2 away.
Robinson.
That will bring in the center fielder, Christian Robinson. Line out in the second. And is 0 for 1 here tonight. Top of 4-4-1 our score. Another pitch. And that's cutter inside for the code strike. And the count now 0-1. So far, Ramirez already at 35 pitches so far. And he is going in strong. Cutter outside for the ball, and the count now is 1 ball and 1 strike. Here's a 1-1. And that one's down low, the changeup, and the count now 1 ball, 2 strikes. Looking in is Ramirez. And here's a knockout punch. And that's going to be a cutter, fouled off. And the count now still hanging on at 1-2. Runner at first, 2 away. Here in this half inning. And now the 1-2 one more time. Swing and the miss. Get him down. And with that, the side is retired. Corbin Carroll gets a run on 2 hits, no errors. And 1 left. Bottom of 4 coming up. San Antonio leads it 4-1. Robert Hassel, the center fielder, coming in as he was a walk in the second inning. So far, don't forget, tomorrow we start our first pitch at 4 o'clock to start 2 games in a doubleheader. Making up July 19th as it was rained out. 1 ball and 1 strike. And that's going to be right there. That's going to be a base hit up in right field. And that's going to be a single with nobody out.
The pitcher, number 47, Nick Ramirez.
That's going to bring in Nick Ramirez. Ramirez coming in. And that's a 4-seam fastball. The count now 1-0. Double in the second by the starter pitcher tonight, 1 for 1. And now the 1-0. And that's going to be right there. And that's going out of play. Thought it would have stayed fair, but evidently no. And changeup fouls off. And 1 ball and 2 strikes. Here's a 1-2. And that's right there. Lifted high. That's going to get down for the base hit. Runs coming home. And the run in to score. And that's going to be a RBI triple and no outs.
Number 1, second baseman, Aggie.
And that's going to bring in Aggie Rosario. Rosario coming in. And now the pitch. And that's going to be a four-seam fastball. And the count now 0-1. Rosario struck out, pop out, 0 for 2. And so far, Rosario could get his man out there at third, straight to home. It would have been a 6-1 ball game. That's right there, the four-seam fastball. And the count now 1-1. Here's the 1-1 delivery. That is too high. And the count now is 2 balls and 1 strike. Here's a 2-1. And that's right there. And that will go out of play. Bounce the wall. So evened up at 2-2. And that's outside for a changeup, ball 3. So loaded up count. And on deck is Esturi Ruiz. And ball 4. And he walked him. And Bukauskas has walked so far at least 2 guys already. With corners loaded, that will bring in Esturi Ruiz. 1 for 2, single run batted in. And now here's the pitch. That's outside for the 2-seam fastball. And the count now 1-0. Here's the pitch. That's outside, far and wide. And that's a second ball. 2 balls, no strikes. Here's the 2-0. And that's in there for the called strike. And the count now 2-1. What a beautiful night it is. We're under a Tuesday night sky. And that's going to be lifted high fly in the air. Somebody go, get there. No, it's going to land for the base hit. And into safe now, 0-1. Walk and a run, 0 for 1. To the left fielder, Ben Ruta. And that's right there. Uh-oh, he's got trouble with it. And he takes the guy out at third. And with that on the play, unusual, but the run in to score. The shortstop, C.J. Abrams, 1 for 1, double RBI and a run. 2 runs already homed here in the bottom of inning number 4. And now the pitch too high. The count now is 1 ball, no strikes. So far, Bukauskas here tonight, just losing confidence. And gotta say, not pretty good when you lose that confidence because you can't concentrate getting your guys out. That's right there and out of play for a count now, 1 ball and 1 strike. So here's the 1-1. That one's knee high. Outside the zone. And the count now 2 balls, 1 strike. 6-1 our score. Bottom of 4. 1 away, 2-1. Here's the 2-1. And that one's going to be lifted high fly in the air. Center field running after it. And runners tagging up. Second to third. And now on that one, with 2 away, corners now loaded. That'll bring in Winston Sawyer, the catcher. And back to first safely. And watching him and keeping him close. And now here's the pitch. That's outside for the changeup. And the count now 1 ball, no strikes. Here's the pitch, and that one's going to be line drive. There's a run in to score. Make that run number 7. So 3 runs already homed in the inning of number 4.
Ladies and gentlemen, your attention.
Humberto Castellanos coming in, a right-hander. 10-2 innings, ERA at 6.75. 12 strikeouts, 210. 200 over 310. I do apologize on his averages. It is 200 over 310. Right there, that's going to be popped foul, and the count now is 0-1 to the first baseman, Tyler Malone. 1 for 2, a single and 2 runs batted in. First to second, 7-1 our score. Bottom of 4. Here's the pitch, and that's a four-seam fastball outside, and the count now is 1-1. First and second now, 2 away, 3 runs scored in. And that's lifted high fly in the air. Right fielder and center fielders give a good look at it. And it's the right fielder that will make the catch for the final out of the inning. 3 runs on 4 hits, no errors, and 2 left. Top of inning number 5 coming up. San Antonio leads it 7-1.
Leading
off the top of the 5th is the right fielder, Stone Garrett. As he strides in for this half inning. He was a strikeout in the second and is 0 for 1. Here's the pitch. That's far and outside for the ball, and the count now is 1-0. Oh, that's lifted. And with that, 1 away on the play.
Now batting, the first baseman.
Andy Yerzy, the first baseman, grounded out in the 3rd and is 0 for 1. Here's the pitch to him, and that's going to be lifted, but that would go foul. The count now is 0-1. Here's the 0-1. And that's lifted high fly in the air, right out of foul territory. So Nick Ramirez, 5 balls, 38 strikes, total of 43. Gotta say, he has been great all night long, and he stands to be the winner in this contest. Right there, out of play, out in foul territory. So the count now is 0-2. No balls and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch to him. And that's going to be right there. That's going to get down for the base hit. Going to first, going to second, and he's in there with a 1-out double.
Now batting, second baseman, LT Tolbert.
And that's going to bring in LT Tolbert. Here's the pitch to him. And that's going to be lifted high fly in the air. Up in the same spot. And that's going to be a run in to score on an RBI triple. And now Amarillo getting a run back.
Now batting.
Because that would be an RBI and a triple on the play.
Your attention, please. Pinch hitting.
Stuart Fairchild coming in. As he is the pinch hitter for Amarillo. 7-2 our score. And a sinker change. And the count now 0-1 to the pinch hitter, Stewart. Oops, I do apologize, Stewart. I said Stewart. Or Stewart. I mean, that doesn't make any sense, but I do apologize, Stewart. Here's the 0-1 to Fairchild, and that's in there for the called strike, and the count now 0-2. Here's the 0-2. And that's right there. That's going to get down for the base hit. So make that run number 3, as that will be 2 runs batted in.
Now batting.
And that means another run is out there at second base. That'll bring in the leadoff hitter, Camden Duzenak. And time is going to be called here, as here comes the manager out of the bullpen. And so far, he's seen enough of the starter here tonight. Dan Altavilla coming in, as he's being called upon to pitch on the mound for San Antonio in the top half of the 5th inning. So far, one away.
Now pitching for the mission.
1 away and 2 runs in to score. 20-1 innings. ERA at 5.75. Strikeouts and walks 24-12. So far 250. Over 228 in his averages. Here's the pitch. And that is a slider inside for the ball, and the count now 1-0. Duzenak, the shortstop for Amarillo, double run, 1 for 2. So far, so good for the leadoff hitter here tonight. That's going to be right there, high fly in the air. Ruta has it, and he makes the play. And there is no advance, as that will be recorded for the second out of the inning. That's going to bring in the left fielder, Corbin Carroll. 1 for 2 here tonight. And now the pitch to him. And that's going to be a slider. He does not hold up in time. And the count now is 0-1. Runner at second, 2 away. Carroll 1 for 2, single run batted in here in this ball game alone here tonight. Right there, swing and a miss. The count now is 0-2 on a 2-seam fastball. Get him down looking. Here's the 0-2. And strike 3 looking, get him down. And with that, the side is retired. So it's 2 runs on 4 base hits, no errors, and 2 left on. On now to the bottom of inning number 5, and it's a 7-3 ball game. Kevin McConna, 6'1", 185 pounds, age 25 right-hander, gets called up to pond a pitch here.
Leading off for the mission.
And here is Joshua Mears, the right fielder. 2 groundouts and 0 for 2 that will meet the new pitcher on the mound, Kevin McConna. That's going to be a 4-seam fastball outside, and the count now is 1-0. Nighttime coming on us. You see the sky glowing its beautiful pinks and purples. And you just got to love that color. It is just so good when you have a perfectly good evening here at home. So 1 ball, 1 strike. And that's going to be right there out of play as that one gets fouled off. The count now is 1 ball, 2 strikes. Outside for the ball. Count now 2-2. Well, September 19th, which falls on a Sunday, It's the end of the season as the Missions and the Corpus Christi Hooks will battle it out. And so far, we all know what's probably going to happen. The final two, Frisco and Wichita, out in first place positions. And so far, that's where they are. Well, Mears gets walked down to first base. Here is the center fielder, Robert Hassel. Hassel was a 1-for-1 single and 2 runs. Now the pitch to him, that's too high. The four-seam fastball. The count now is 1-0. And that's in there for the cold strike. And the count now is 1-1. Swing and a miss, the changeup, and the count now 1-2 strikes. Runner at first, nobody out, bottom of 5. And that's evened up at 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And that's going to be high fly in the air. And the left fielder runs after it, but can't catch up to it. And that is strike 3 at the knees. And there is the first out of the inning. Well, it's time to bring up the first pinch hitter of the night, and that will bring in Robbie Podorski.
Number 7.
Podorski coming in, runner at first, 1 away here in this half inning. To the right fielder, and Podorski is down on a high fly out. Now here is Aggie Rosario, the second baseman, walked into fourth and is 0 for 2. And the pitch, and swing and a miss. The slider gets him out of his shoes. And the count now 0-1. And that one's too high, the four-seam fastball. And the count now 1-1. Swing and a miss, the four-seam fastball. 1-2 strikes. And that one's in the dirt, and no advance from first as they get it back in quickly to avoid getting the from first to second. 3 balls, 2 strikes loaded up on the count, and Eschery Ruiz coming in. That's going to be lined right there. And the center fielder will run it down, and that will do for this half inning. No runs, couple hits, and couple left. No errors. Top of inning number 6 coming up, 7-3. San Antonio in the lead. Reggie Lawson, 6'4" and 205 pounds, age 22, right-hander, gets the call as he will start the top half of the visitors' 6th inning. Here is Blaze Alexander, the hot corner man, as he struck out and line out here in this one. Now here is the pitch by Reggie Lawson and underway. The count now 0-1 in the top half of the 6th inning. Here's the 0-1. And that's lifted high fly in the air. Ruta going over there to look at it, and he can't catch up with it. And that will go foul. So the count now 0-2. Here's the 0-2 and swing and a miss. The changeup gets him down. And there is one away here in the 6th inning.
The batter, the catcher, Amarillo.
Now we'll bring up Dominic Maragalo as he comes in. And here is the pitch. And that's in there for the cold strike. And the count now 0-1. Strikeout, ground out, 0 for 2 by Maragalo. So far, so good for the Missions. They are up by 4 runs. Here's the 0-1. Right there, high fly in the air, up and right, and that will go out of play and foul. The count now 0-2. Here's the 0-2. And that is strike 3 swinging. 2 up, 2 down here in this top half inning.
Now back, the center fielder, Christian Robinson.
That's going to bring in Christian Robinson. Here's the first pitch, and lifted high fly in the air. Reggie under this one, makes the play right in front of the mound, and that ends the inning. No runs on a couple hits, no errors. And we go to the bottom of inning number 6, 7-3 to score for the Missions. Estuary Ruiz, the hot corner man, 2 for 3. 2 singles that led to 3. So far, so good for the Missions here tonight. And that's going to be right there. That's going to be a base hit out in right field. 2 singles, a run batted in, and 2 runs for Estuary Ruiz. And so far, he's made it 3 for 3. Here's the left fielder, Ben Ruta. As he strides in. And the pitch to him, that's going to be a 4-seam fastball. And the count now 0-1. Walk, run batted in, a run 0 for 2 by the left fielder here tonight. And the pitch, that's a slider inside for the cold strike, and the count now 0-2. Pitch count now is 23 for McKenna on the mound for Amarillo. 0-2. The swing and the miss, get him down. And he ain't happy about that pitch call right there, but he swings and misses.
CJ Abrams.
And that's going to bring in CJ Abrams. Here's the pitch to him, down low. The changeup, and the count now 1-0. Runner at first, 1 away. Bottom of 6, 7-3 your score. And that's right there, double play. And no, that will be a throwing error at E4 on Tolbert. And gotta say, it pulls him off the second base bag. Tolbert will be tagged with a E8 on the play. And that's going to be a 4-seam fastball, and that is outside, 1-0. 1 for 2 single, a run batted in. Correction, it was an E4 error. And that's what's really going to come back and haunt you later. Now you got first to second in scoring position. 1 away in the inning. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. The count now is 2 balls, 1 strike. Two, 1, outside, far and wide. Now the count now 3-1. On deck is Tyler Malone. And that's going to be a 4-seam fastball that will be inside. The count now is full, 3-2. And that's right there, high fly in the air. That's going to get down for the base hit. And now you got bags loaded up again. 3 times this evening that the bases are loaded and 1 away here in this one. Into the windup, here's the pitch. And that's going to be a changeup. And that will get fouled off, and the count now 0-1. Malone 1 for 3, single, 2 runs batted in here tonight for the first baseman. 0-1, and that's going to be right there. That's going to get down for the base hit. Make that run number 8 for the Missions here. And they will now lead by 5. That's going to bring in Joshua Mears. Base is still loaded up. And this is really going to put a hurting on Amarillo if they can't figure out what the heck they're doing. That's going to be right there and out of play. And the count now 0-1 to the right fielder Joshua Mears. Walk in the 5th, 0 for 2. Now here's the pitch, too high. The count now evens at 1-1. One, and that's right there. Right to second, and right to first. A double play. And with that, the side is retired. 1 run on a couple hits, no errors. Or do correct myself, 1 error on Amarillo. And we go to the top half of the 7th, and it's 8-3.
The right fielder.
Stone Garrett coming in as we start the top half of the 7th inning. So it was 1 run on 2 hits, 1 error for Amarillo. Gotta say, they are just so much in trouble as now trailing by 5. 8-3 the score, San Antonio out in front. It's going to be right there, out of play, and the count now is 0-2. Here's 0-2. And that's right there. The 12-inch curve gets fouled off. And the count now 0-2. Here is the 0-2. Right there, high fly in the air to the left field area. And out of play. 0-2 one more time. Swing and a miss. Get him down for the first out here in the 7th inning.
Now batting, the first baseman, Andy Yerzy.
That's going to bring up Andy Yerzy. Yerzy coming in, and he is ready to go. The pitch in, and that's in there for the cold strike, and the count now 0-1. Yerzy tonight at first base, double on the run, 1 for 2 for Amarillo. Here's the 0-1, and that's going to be lifted high fly into the air. Center fielder Hassel has it, and he's got it, 2 away.
Now batting, second baseman, L.T. Tolbert.
That's going to bring in L.T. Tolbert. Tolbert coming in. Here's the pitch to him, and that's going to be lifted high fly in the air. Right to center fielder Robert Hassel as he'll take it, and that will end the inning. No runs, no hits, no errors. And we go to the bottom of the 7th. Get up a stretch. It's taking me out to the ball game. It is 8-3. Time now is being called as we're going to have a double switch as we're going to start the home half of the 7th with a brand new pitcher. West Tunnel, 6'1", 195 pounds, age 26, right-hander. Get the call for the bottom half of the stretch inning.
Leading up for San Antonio,
Robert Hassel, center fielder, coming in the box, 1 for 2, single, and 2 runs batted in. And that's in there for the cold strike, and the count now is 0-1. And now here's the pitch, 0-1. That's lifted high fly in the air. Third baseman gets back a little bit, makes the play. Out in foul territory for the first out.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Michael Cantu will pick up the bat and pinch hit here in the bottom of the 7th inning. And now here is the pitch. That's going to be a four-seam fastball. And that's inside the zone for the cold strike. And the count 0-1. Nothing and 1. Swing and a miss. The two-seam fastball gets him chasing. Count now is no balls, 2 strikes. 0-2 outside, far and wide. A four-seam fastball. Count now 1-2. The 1 ball, 2 strikes the count. And that's right there. And right to first for out number 2.
The batter, number 1.
Aggie Rosario, the second baseman, lined out in the 4th, 0 for 3. So let's dry in. And is ready to go. The pitch. And that is a four-seam fastball. And that is outside. So the count now is 1-0. That's inside the zone, so the count now is 1 ball, 1 strike. Here's the pitch. That's down low, the two-seam fastball. And the count now is 2 balls and 1 strike. And that one's in there, the four-seam fastball. Count now 2-2 evened up. And that's right there, high fly in the air. Center fielder running after it. And he is in front of the warning track as he will take that for the final out of the inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, and no one on base. We go to the top of inning number 8 now. The Missions lead it 8-3. Michel Baez, a right-hander, coming in. 4 and 2 innings, ERA at 7.71. Averages .300 and .364. And now at first base is Cooper Hummel. Hummel coming in and ready to go. The pitch. And that's going to be a changeup outside. And the count now 1-0. 11,066 fans here tonight. So far, so good for the attendance. And like last week when we played Midland, we had total of 41,500 here that Saturday night. That was pretty impressive as we had that attendance. 1 ball, 1 strike. Now, we'll say that attendance will go down in attendance history. So 41,500 on that one. And that's going to be right there and out of play. So the count now is 1 ball and 2 strikes. Here's a 1-2. And that one is right there. That's going to be a base hit up in left field. And that's going to be a single and no outs.
The batter, the shortstop, Camden Duzenak.
That's going to bring in Camden Duzenak. Taco Bell double play here in the top of the 8th. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss, the 4-seam fastball. And the count now 0-1. Shortstop Camden Duzenak coming in. And is ready to go here. There's the 0-1. Lifted high fly in the air. That will go out of play. So the count now is 0-2. Here's the 0-2, and that's going to go out of play. So the count now 0-2. Still hanging on in there. One more chance. High fly in the air, left field, out of play. Oh, 2. Popped foul again. Still hanging on. Here's the 0-2 one more time, and that's in there. Called third strike. And there is 1 away. And now here is Corbin Carroll, the left fielder. 1 for 3, single run batted in. Here's the pitch. And that's going to be right there, up and left. That's going to get down for the base hit. And it gets down. He can't get there.
Blaze Alexander.
And that'll bring in Blaze Alexandra. And now here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. And the count now 0-1. Alexander tonight, the hot corner third baseman, struck out in the 6th, 0 for 3. And now the 0-1. Right there, out of play. The count now 0-2. One, 2. Right there, out of play as that one gets fouled off. One more chance here. Right there, high fly in the air. Right to the third baseman. Makes the play. And he's got it for 2 away.
Now batting,
And now that'll bring in Dominic Maragalo, the catcher. Strikeout in the 6th, 0 for 3. Down to their final 4 outs here tonight. And ready to go here. Here's the pitch. And swing and a miss. The count now 0-1. Nothing and 1 the count. Here's a pitch to him, and that's in there for the cold strike, and the count now 0-2. Here's the 0-2. Outside, far and wide, the slider. So the count now is 1 ball and 2 strikes. One and 2. Outside again, slider. Count now at 2-2. 2-2. And that will be down low. The count still holding on. So 2 balls, 2 strikes. Runners at first to second, 2 away. Top of 8. 8-3 our score here in this one. And that is ball 3, so full count now. And on deck is Christian Robertson. Here's the 3-2. And that's going to be right there. And that's going to get down for a base hit. 1 run scores. And now put runners at second and third. And now Amarillo is getting in there a little bit. That's going to bring in the next batter. And that's going to be a changeup. And the count now 0-1 to Christian Robertson. The center fielder tonight popped out in the 6th, 0 for 3. Runners at second and third, 2 away, top of 8, 4-8 is the score. Or however you want to say it, 8-4. You know, because it is the score that we have here this evening. And San Antonio is winning this one by just the 4 runs. Here's the 0-2. And that one's high fly in the air. Right to Rosario, and he's got it as he catches that in shallow right field for the final out of the inning. So 1 run on a couple hits, no errors, and a few left standing. Bottom of the 8th coming up, and it is a 8-4 ball game. That's going to bring in Esturi Ruiz. Tonight, he's a 3 for 4. And so far, he's got it going here this evening. And that's a slider outside for the ball, and the count now 1-1. 2 singles, an RBI, and 3 runs. And 3 for 4 for him here tonight. Looking for 5 in this one, but he will fly out into right field, and there is 1 away.
Now batting, left fielder.
The left fielder, Ben Ruta. Strikeout in the 1st and is 0 for 3. Missions down to their final 2 outs before the top of the 9th inning. And that's going to be a 4-seam fastball outside, and the count now is 1-0. The pitch, that's going to be right there out of play. So the count now is 1-1. And that's a slider. The count now is 1 ball and 2 strikes. And that's lifted high fly in the air. And that will get down for the base hit right in front of the center fielder.
Now batting,
Right to the mound and right to second as he gets the second out of the inning.
Now batting, catcher.
And that'll be Winston Sawyer, the catcher. 2 for 3, 2 singles, a run batted in. And that's in there for the cold strike, and the count now is 0-1. Here's the 0-1. And that's right there and out of play. So the count now is 0-2. 21 pitches so far in this one for the new starter in the bottom of the 8th inning. And that one is far and outside. The four-seam fastball out of play. The count now 1-2. One ball, 2 strikes, runner at first, 2 away. And that one is outside. So the count now 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Outside again, ball 3. So the count now 3 balls and 2 strikes. Loaded up. And that's going to be right there. That's going to get down for the base hit. Runner coming in to third and now got corners loaded on a single.
Now batting, number 33.
That's going to bring in number 33. First and third, 2 away, bottom of the 8th inning. And that's going to be right there. Right to second as he passes that one, and that will be the side retired. So no runs on 2 hits, 2 left, no errors. And we go to the top of the 9th inning. And it's a 8-4 ball game.
Leading off.
Stone Garrett will lead it off as we start the top of the 9th inning. Got to say, down to 3 outs remaining before this game is done here tonight. So far, San Antonio about to win their 54th of the year. Here's the 0-1, and that's in there for the cold strike 2 on the slider. No balls, 2 strikes. Here's the 0-2, and that's going to be lifted high fly into the air into the right field area. Or correction, that would be left field. Getting y'all confused. I done it the whole game and stuff. No balls, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch to him, and that's going to be right there to shortstop. And right to first, and he gets it down for the first out of the inning. And now going to have a pinch hitter, and that'll bring in Michael De La Cruz. As he strides in. And now here is the pitch. That's inside for the cold strike. And the count now is 0-1 to the pinch hitter. Great crowd we have here tonight, and so far it has been an exceptional ball game. So far, don't forget, come back tomorrow afternoon at 4 o'clock as we have our first pitch of a 2-7 inning contest game between Amarillo and San Antonio. Here's the 0-1. Swing and a miss, and the count now 0-2. So far, going pretty good here in this one. And now the 0-2. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. Get him down again. And 2 away. And one more chance to get another out here. And he'll strike out the side on 9 pitches. Well, what a way to get that one going. My goodness. It's going to bring up the next batter. And that'll be LT Tolbert. 1 for 3 triple RBI and a run here tonight. And so far, so good. Last chance in this one here in this half inning. Right there, that is going to be out of play. And the count now is 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. 2 away, top of 9, 8-4 the score. San Antonio in a chance of winning this one, and gotta say it's already their time to take the series starter here in this one. 1 ball, 2 strikes, and down to their final out here tonight. Tolbert waits, and now the pitch in, and ouch, that got some. And Tolbert will be walked down to first after he got plunked by Michel Baez. That's going to bring in Cooper Hummel, the first baseman. 1 for 1 single and a run. Now here's the pitch. That is far and outside for the four-seam fastball, and the count now 1-0. Runner at first after getting plunked, 2 away. Here's the 1-0, and that's in there for the called strike. And now even things at 1-1. Here's the 1-1. And that's in there, four-seam fastball, and the count now 1-2. Well, down against it now, their final strike of the night. And so far trying to avoid a run coming in to score. Another 1-2. High fly into the air. Center fielder Hassel running after this one, makes the play. And with that, the ball game is over. So a great play here tonight, as the Missions will pick up win number 54 of the year. So that will just about do it for us here tonight, as the Missions will win here. And so far, it is win number 54 of the year here in this one. So we are back with more right after this.
Our final line score. First for the victorious Missions, 8 runs on 13 hits. No errors, they left 12 men on base. For the visitors, 4 runs on 8 hits. 1 error, they left 5 men on base. Time of the ball game, 3 hours and 25 minutes. Thank you for joining us here tonight. And we remind you to please drive home safely.
And so tonight, this game will wrap up in a 8-4 San Antonio victory. Now, I do apologize for being stuttery through the game, and tomorrow I'm going to try to be pretty good. And that means I'm going to try not to be doing that any more than what I have to. Well, gotta say, it was a pretty good game, and so far, let's go ahead and give you AA Central scores on this Tuesday night here on MLB Network. Well, gotta say, Fresco wins over the Midland Rockhounds So far, Frisco will be 57 and 44 of the year. San Antonio 54 over 45. Now it's Midland at 50 and 53. Amarillo 56 and 54 of the year. Corpus Christi and Northwest Arkansas, the Naturals win 3-1 the final. So Corpus Christi will lose. They'll be 46 and 57 of the year. So the Naturals now 54 and 48 of the year for the Naturals. We'll go ahead and get you some more scores here. Wichita beats the Arkansas Travelers by the final score of 10-7. So the 61st victory for the Wichita Wind Surge. So far, the Travelers now 55 and 48 of the year. So far, Tulsa and Springfield. Let's go look at their scores. Whoa, that was a whooping. Final score, the Tulsa Drillers 15-2. Tulsa wins the 56th of the year against the Springfield Cardinals. So far, Springfield not doing too good. They are now 37 and 66 of the year. So far, Tulsa just really had them on the run. They've scored 4 runs in the bottom of the first and bottom of the second inning. Then there was single runs to the bottom of the 4th, 5th, and 6th innings. Then 3 runs in to score in the bottom of the 7th, and just a run in the bottom of the 8th. And that propels the Tulsa Drillers to the winning point. So far, they beat the Springfield Cardinals 15-2. Yo, gotta say, that right there, just a whooping. Well, don't forget, we are back tomorrow at 4 o'clock sharp. So make sure you tune in. And so far, don't forget, we are live on MLB Network, our new home for baseball. So anyway, let's go over your runs, hits, and errors. First for the victorious San Antonio Missions. 8 runs on 13 hits, no errors. And for Amarillo, 4 runs, 8 hits, 1 error. Esturi Ruiz was a 3 for 5, an RBI, and 3 singles. Winner on the mound will go to Dan Altavilla, and the loss will go to Bryce Jarvis. But even though he got injured, and so far he is taken out of this game, and so far he will be getting checked up, and so far he is the losing pitcher here tonight. So that will do it. Have a good night, everybody.